All right, so what we're diving into today is, well, it's something truly special. This isn't your typical hero's journey. What we have here are the fragmented records, the scattered memories of a 10,000-year war, a war fought against an enemy that, was basically guaranteed to win. And right from the jump, the tone is just bleak. The preface lays it all out. It basically tells you, hey, don't expect a happy ending here. This whole thing is framed not as a story about winning, but as a chronicle of the struggle itself. So, let's start at the beginning. This first part covers the arrival of this great evil. And as the source material makes really clear, this wasn't some invasion. It was more like a prophecy finally coming true, a cosmic appointment with the end of the world. Yeah, the purpose here is spelled out for us. This whole document exists just to record what it looked like to fight back against a guaranteed loss. It's not trying to offer any hope of salvation, it's telling us from word one that this is a tragedy. When the World Eater shows up, it's not a fleet of ships or some invading army. It's described as a cosmic event, almost like a sickness in space. It's this spreading darkness and absence that just radiates this terrifying power, freezing the whole world in a state of pure existential dread. So, how do you even respond to something like that? Well, not with some grand strategy. The first response is just a gut reaction, a primal scream of pure, unthinking violence. And stepping up to the plate are these two. You've got the Green Beast, who's basically rage given form, and the Sky Titan, a being of just unbelievable physical power. They don't have a plan, they don't think it through, they just see the abyss and throw themselves right at it. And how does this cosmic horror respond? With complete and utter contempt. It's not even a fight. A casual shockwave just knocks them back. The Sky Titan's most powerful attack is just brushed aside. The Green Beast throws a massive boulder, and the thing just catches it and throws it back even harder. I mean, this quote just says it all, right? The power gap is just staggering. This isn't a battle between gods. It's a force of nature dealing with a couple of bugs. All that incredible strength they had, it meant absolutely nothing. But here's the thing. This first encounter, it wasn't a test of their strength. It was a psychological attack. It was a trial designed not just to beat them, but to completely and totally break their spirits. So they get pulled into the heart of this thing, and they find themselves in this soul-crushing wasteland. The silence alone is deafening. It's screaming with the ghosts of billions of lives that have already been stuffed out. And then, crawling from the ground, come the void wraiths, the actual echoes of every soul this thing has ever eaten. After this brutal, horrific fight against the Wraiths, they finally face the master of this realm, Galactus. And the fight is a total humiliation. They are just toys to him. But in that moment, when he's being completely dominated, the Green Beast's rage just boils over. It hits a level that shouldn't even be possible. He climbs this colossal god and literally rips a hole straight through his head. The Titan erupts in a flash of light. The whole battlefield goes silent. And for one single beautiful moment, you think, no way. Did they actually do it? Nope. And this is the cruelest twist in the entire story. That victory was a lie, a total illusion, orchestrated by the World Eater just to give them a tiny sliver of hope before ripping it away to make the despair that much deeper. Okay, so that crushing defeat, that's what changes everything. This is the moment the whole war pivots. It's when heroic, go-it-alone pride dies, and the cold, desperate math of survival takes over. So a battered Sky Titan makes it back to his world only to see the true horror of the invasion. These monsters are spreading everywhere, way faster than anyone can stop them. All the other heroes are scattered, fighting their own losing battles. And he has this horrifying realization that just being strong isn't going to win this war. And in that moment of absolute despair, he makes the most important choice of the war. He doesn't go looking for more muscle. He doesn't try to find another powerhouse. He goes looking for a different kind of weapon. He goes looking for a brain. The Shadow Strategist. What comes next isn't some triumphant, heroic team-up. No, this is a grim council of war. This is the last few champions of a dying world coming together to forge a desperate, brutal alliance. Because it's the only choice they have left. So the Shadow Strategist listens to this whole nightmare scenario, and his response isn't some hopeful speech. It's this ice-cold four-step military plan. No emotion, no pep talk, just brutal efficiency. This is the new playbook. And the craziest part? It starts to work. Their first coordinated attack is just this symphony of destruction. You have the strategist's precision targeting, the artificer's tech, the Sky Titan's power, all working together. For one brief, glorious moment, it actually looks like they might be able to push the monsters back. But that little victory, that was just the warm-up act. Everything was just a prelude to this. We're at the end game now, the final desperate gambit. This is the last chapter, the one that's going to be written in blood and fire. And this is where the Shadow Strategist has his big breakthrough. He figures out the truth of what's happening. Galactus isn't just eating the planet. He's siphoning its life force, its very soul, directly through his armor. And that discovery, that changes their final plan completely. The plan, when you boil it down, sounds simple, but it's also completely insane. Get a team on the ground to plan a device that'll cut that connection to the planet. At the same time, an aerial team provides cover and gets ready to unload absolutely everything they have the second that link is severed. A direct attack on a god. But just as they're getting ready to launch this final Hail Mary play, the World Eater gives its silent answer. From the darkness of space, a fleet appears. An endless, overwhelming swarm of warships. It's not a counterattack. It's an extermination order. And that's where the Chronicle just stops. With the last heroes of a doomed world charging headfirst into a wave of certain death. And it leaves us with this one haunting question that sums up the entire record. When you're facing an end you know you can't prevent, what does victory even mean? Or is the defiance, the fight itself, the only thing that ever really mattered?